Hello, and welcome to another update video about Bitcoin. Yeah, Bitcoin is rather in consolidation today. The parameters that we discussed in the previous video, they remain unchanged for now. There is absolutely no indication that something more bearish is playing out, but rather the market is simply grinding sideways today. Bitcoin is even slightly up for the day, while we have some slow corrections across the altcoin sector. Some coins are going up still, but most coins after yesterday's rally or the rally of the last couple of days are correcting a little bit, which is no major surprise on a Saturday. But Bitcoin still moving below yesterday's swing high, which formed around 98,850 or 98,900. And the first upper support area pretty much, yeah, this is the support area we discussed in the previous video, located between $95,090 and $96,530. And why is this support area relevant? Well, because it is the support for maintaining, let's say, upside momentum in a possible diagonal pattern to the upside, which we're tracking here in the yellow scenario. So the idea is that Bitcoin put some kind of a low in place, obviously, here on the 30th of December. We saw it back then when the price rallied in a first 5-wave move from that low. We actually talked about this support area that was here, I removed it now, and we talked about that as long as we don't break below that 30th of December low, this could be the beginning of a, let's say, more or less substantial uptrend, which was seen as a correction, but with the potential to turn into something more bullish. Bitcoin followed through. Then here, this looked a bit like a 5-wave move down, and the bears failed, though, to follow through. So the bulls pushed higher, which was a first indication that maybe, indeed, something more bullish is playing out. We now have actually a first 5-wave move up. But you might say, but this is only labeled as waves 1, 2, and 3. Well, that's correct, but I could easily make a case for 5 waves up already. But I only marked it as 5 waves up with a question mark, because it would only be a weak 5-wave move up. What does that mean? It means that the internal pullback was a little bit weak. It's not a clear 5-wave move because of that. What would be the third wave was very weak as well. So I don't really see a very healthy 5-wave pattern that would be a very compelling and trustworthy 5-wave move. So I see it really only more like a 3-wave move up at the moment, maybe alternatively as 5 up. But I'm definitely watching for the potential, well, for the price to form one more high. That potential is there because with one more high, we have a, let's say, a more or less healthy 5-wave move up in a diagonal pattern probably. And this 5-wave pattern, which could form here, would need to hold at the, well, if now a 4th wave forms, yeah, circle 4, then we don't want it to break below 95,090. That's the purpose of the support area. It doesn't mean we have to test that level. And ideally, we will see one more high, which could then reach one of the next upside FIB levels, maybe here around 99,580, 100,200, or 100,800 to 100,900. So this would be ideal. In case one more high forms, I would be a bit more confident about this 5-wave structure. And the 5-wave structure is important because only with a 5-wave move up, we have a clear bottoming confirmation that the larger degree correction is likely finished. Yeah, that's really what this is about. Tracking support, as long as we're holding support, the focus can be on higher prices. With a 5-wave move up, the risk will then be high for a correction. If we break down now, it's only a 3-wave move up. And if we break below 92,950, the market should move down into the mid 80K region. But that means in simple terms that only really a break below 92,950 should confirm that we're heading down into the mid 80K region in our white scenario, in which the price could form a B wave top here at any point. And then it should send us lower to mid 80K. I mean, talking about 84, 85K maybe. Depends a little bit on where we form the top. However, there is absolutely no evidence at all that some kind of a larger correction is unfolding, because this here looks rather like a corrective, slow, and overlapping pullback. So it would be in line with the idea that we're going higher. I mean, is the wave 4 done already? Maybe, we don't know yet. What we can highlight, though, is support. And as long as we are not even breaking below 95,090, the idea for one more high is at the moment still preferred. I'm still watching for higher. I can't rule out here a wider wave 4. I haven't actually labeled it because the microstructure is quite ambiguous, and it's best to watch here this support area. Yeah. Overall, one more high, as I said, could take us to round about 99,600 to 100,800 next. These are sort of the next key fib levels after the 98,850 area was already reached. So with a 5-wave move up then, if we get it, right, and then start the first pullback, then we can add the next support area to the chart. So far, the price is climbing, but as I mentioned in previous updates, the altcoin sector provided clearer setups, in my opinion, compared to Bitcoin. There are just too many options here on the Bitcoin chart. I have decided to show you two. There are more. We can talk about triangles, all sorts of things. This is pretty ambiguous at the moment overall. That's very similar to what the Nasdaq is doing and the ES futures chart, S&P 500. They are also moving in very, very choppy structures at the moment. So that's why we don't want to label every single subwave. It might just cause confusion. It's best to focus on the levels. They are the most important elements on the chart anyway. That's the update about Bitcoin. Hope you liked the update. If you did, please hit the like button, leave a comment, and subscribe. And if you really like the content, then please check out the channel membership. Also, make sure that you follow us on Instagram and Twitter for additional content. Thanks a lot for watching. Bye-bye.